In other news tonight, 50 million doses of the COVID vaccine have now been administered since President Biden was sworn in. The president says his administration is on course to exceed its promise of delivering 100 million shots in his first 100 days in office. But while the latest vaccination rate exceeds 1 million doses a day as of tonight, some states are falling behind. According to Bloomberg, less than 5% of the population in a few states, including Illinois, Iowa, and Utah, have received their second dose of the vaccine, while states like Alaska, West Virginia, and New Mexico take the lead with about 10%. And now vaccine makers like Pfizer and Moderna are looking at how they can adapt to different variants of the coronavirus. Joining me now is Andrew Neumer, an associate professor at the University of California, specializing in population health and disease prevention. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate your time tonight, sir.
Happy to be on NewsNation.
As always with the virus, a mix of good news and bad news. The good news, the vaccine is slowly getting out there. It's a nice pace that the country's in right now. Hospitalization rates, case rates, death rates are all down compared to where we were a few months ago. The bad news seems to be these variants, including the one that apparently has been discovered in New York. How worried should we be as this list, California, New York, Brazil, UK, South Africa, as that list grows?
Well, honestly, I've never been more optimistic in the recent past than I am now. And the worst variant, is the one that hasn't emerged yet, that is, somehow more deadly and more spreadable and et cetera, et cetera. And the way we prevent that new variant from emerging is to vaccinate as many people as we can, as quickly as we can, because these variants emerge when the old virus infects someone and then a new mutated form comes out. So if we can block that first step through vaccination, that's the best way to fight the variants. So, vaccination, which you mentioned at the top of your introduction, is really key.
But there are concerns about how effective the current vaccines on the market will be against the virus as it continues to mutate and these variants continue to emerge. In fact, Pfizer today now studying a third dose possible to deal exactly with these variants. So to some extent, the jury is still out in terms of how effective they will be, but there is hope that the current vaccines are most effective, according to Dr. Fauci, against the UK variant, which could become more dominant in the weeks ahead.
Yeah, the most widespread variant in the United States of all these variants you mentioned is the B.1.1.7, the so-called UK variant. And the vaccines we have do still work against that. So some of the South African, so-called South African variant is a little bit more worrisome. So, but again, the variant that I worry the most about is the one that hasn't yet emerged. And the way we're going to, prevent that from ever happening is to vaccinate as much as possible. So we're really doing the right thing. And I think there's another vaccine that's on the verge of being authorized, as your viewers know. And so we do need to worry about the variants. And if there is going to be an Achilles heel of the vaccination, it's going to be variants. But these new vaccine technologies, particularly the mRNA, can be adjusted very quickly and new versions made, which is not to say that someone wouldn't need to get another shot. But we're doing really well. To have the vaccines up and running the way they are 12 months after the beginning of the pandemic is really spectacular progress.
And sir, just 10 seconds left. Let me ask you this question. I've heard from the beginning the goal here is to get 75% of Americans inoculated, roughly 250, 260 million. We still have miles to go. Is that still roughly the goal very quickly?
Yes, 75%. It's not an exact number. And it's also influenced by how many infections there have been, which have been asymptomatic and so on.
All right. Thank you so much for your time tonight. We appreciate it. Please come back as we all kind of travel the road together on this one for much of this year. Thanks again for your time.
Thank you for having me on NewsNation.
For sure.